Well, it's time for Weekend Wellbeing here on the Weekend Wind Down Show. I'm very pleased to welcome once again Karen Ferguson from the Maven Club. Hi, Karen. How's it going?
Hi, Nathan. Yeah, it's going really well, thank you. I'm particularly enjoying this time of year. It's just the days are longer, it's lovely, and so much to be thankful for.
Absolutely, and it's good to see you again. It's certainly wonderful having all this great weather. I think that does a lot for your well-being, doesn't it? Actually.
I believe so, but I always say that I'm sure I was designed to live in a hot country, so as soon as the sun comes out, it makes me smile.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, I definitely prefer spring and summer, warmer months myself. Um,
Uh-huh.
but I guess it would be different again if it weren't so cold during winter.
Absolutely, yeah, yeah. I guess we're quite fortunate because of the seasons. It does give a bit of variety, doesn't it? And it means that we get that joy of longing towards something a bit nicer.
Yeah, I mean, they say you don't know, you can't enjoy something until you lose it. So the fact that we have winter means we can enjoy summer even more.
Absolutely. What a great idea of looking at it like that.
Yeah, awesome. Well, we've been looking obviously on weekend well-being, how we can look after our mental well-being, how we can look after our mental health. Just so many great tips you've given us. Smiling was one of the first ones, and that's again so beneficial for both us and those who see us smile. And you've given us loads over the last few months. So, what have you got for us today?
Well, I thought that we'd perhaps go on a little journey of engaging with a theme and thinking a little bit more about how sort of creativity can really help our well-being as well. And I think it's just interesting that for me, those 5 steps that the NHS talks about are just so well-rounded. So there's elements of that are going to come through in everything. But today, I really just wanted us to think about the theme of art and the value that art can have in helping us to with our mental health and our well-being. And increasingly, art therapy is something that is engaged with. It seems that the power of art can reach places that we can't always quite find ourselves. And there's something just really beautiful and rewarding and beneficial about engaging in art. And the Mental Health Foundation actually states um, that getting involved with the arts can have powerful and lasting effects on health. It can help to protect against a range of mental health conditions. It can help manage mental ill health and it can support recovery. And we never quite know what's going on in people's lives. So some people, their mental health or well-being may be low as a result of other things going on. It might be that they've been battling with grief or addiction or something like that. And sometimes the mental ill health can cause a knock-on effect for other things, and that can then have an impact on our ability to process emotions or potentially turn to substances or other things, to try to self-medicate essentially. And so whatever angle we're coming from, it's wonderful to know that art can actually help make a difference in these really challenging seasons that we might be going through. And it's art in its fullness. So it might be that it's art engaging in the arts. It might be that there's a lovely gallery that is nearby. We're really fortunate here in Glasgow where we can get to quite a lot of things and it doesn't cost you any money and you can go and you can just be lost and mesmerized by looking at different art from over the years. There's so much that is on offer, and so it might be that it's engaging with the arts. It might be that it's other people's art that helps you to really be able to go on that journey for your well-being. But it's also there's something very significant in your own creativity and the power of, a paintbrush to a canvas or colouring, like how relaxing it can be. I do recall when my girls were very young, and it was normal for them to engage in art activities or have colouring books. There was something just quite therapeutic about sort of scribbling and drawing in something that was designed for a 3-year-old, really. And now that probably has got something to do with the fact that actually my art usually does resemble something a toddler would do. It's not an area of gifting for me. But I actually find that really releasing, Nathan, because we've talked about it on many occasions that about these different areas of strengths that can also be a weakness. And so one of mine is about achieving and succeeding. So when there's something that I'm really not very good at, I actually find it incredibly liberating to be able to do something like colouring in and know that it's not going to look much better than a toddler equivalent, but I don't have to be excellent at it to enjoy it. And so there's a lot that can happen through arts from that sort of colouring in to really experimenting with art, and there's so much healing that can come from engaging in that. And again, it's always really important, isn't it, this whole theme of low cost or no cost. It shouldn't be that we're having to invest in lots of things to help our well-being. It should be about engaging in that. Where you are based, you've got this absolute incredible scenery, haven't you? And just picking flowers and doing something with that. Or for you engage a lot in photography, don't you? And there's that creativity that is releasing, and it can go so much deeper, and it can bring escapism and relaxing, but it can also bring real healing. It can, like I said at the beginning, it can help us get to places that we perhaps can't quite get to ourselves or through our words. It can help us to connect with feelings and emotions that perhaps feel a little bit out of bounds. It can help us to explore. And there's so much you can read and up on this subject, but there's something that's really significant. And some of the other things that can happen through that art connection is that expression that we can have to find joy even in darkness, that we can connect as well. Connection, it can be that we can connect with others because we're appreciating something, or because we're attending an art thing together, or we're sort of engaging in a course or something like that. It might be that we're learning something new, and so it can bring that real sense of community as well. So it can speak against those horrid, invasive things of isolation, and can help us to feel community and connection and belonging. And it can just help us relax. Like I say, sometimes there's something just very rewarding in losing yourself and relaxing. So, my challenge for this weekend is just to think about how art can play a role in your well-being. What might that be? Would it be will it be some sort of performing arts or an art gallery engaging in other people's expressions of arts? Or will it be the simplicity of a colouring book or pen to paper, paintbrush to canvas? What might that be? What will you do to engage in that creativity through arts to really support your well-being this weekend?
Brilliant. Thank you so much, Karen. I mean, I love that idea of using art to try and, yeah, I mean, as you say, it's very therapeutic. And what's lovely is that also it doesn't have to be really excellent artwork. I mean, there are plenty of things I do. I mean, I've drawn things before. They don't have to be very good, but it is something very relaxing. And I mean, as you say, photography is one of my hobbies, and I love doing that. Sometimes I will take a lot of time to work on it and to make sure it looks good. But sometimes I just take a quick photograph of something that I like. I only have my phone with me, for example. So I just take a quick picture. It's not the greatest in the world, but I really enjoy trying to capture what I see before me and then hopefully sharing it with others. So as you say, there's a wonderful sense of connection in being able to create something and show it to others, and then seeing what other people have created. It brings you together in a very unique way.
Yeah, it's beautiful. And I think the key thing here is it's not about the outcome of the art
Yeah.
experience, but it's about the participating and all that that does for your well-being. So it's not about the masterpiece, but it is about the participating and just enjoying all of those things that might come from that.
Absolutely. And as you say, there's a huge variety of arts. It could be performance, it could be drawing, it could be building, maybe like working with your hands, woodwork, or perhaps like building things. Maybe you like, I don't know, fixing things. There are various kinds of art, aren't there? And maybe it's cooking. That in itself is another art form. So there's so much, and each of
Yeah.
us can offer something. And in many cases, it turns out to be, it really is a blessing to others. And one of the things you talked about before is giving to others. And
Yeah,
in through art, we can give to others in a way.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Fabulous. Be
Well,
exciting to hear, won't it? Like, or even just see some of those pictures of how people have engaged in that, or
mm,
what that connection has been, or what that breakthrough has been for people as they just embrace the arts as part of their well-being.
yeah. Yeah, we'd love to see your art and what you've been able to create, what you've had to go at. Maybe it's when it comes to coloring or something like that, maybe it's not, brilliant, but just yeah, let us know what you've enjoyed, what you've done in terms of art, to look after your well-being. Thank you so much, Karen, for this thought. I look forward to speaking again soon.
Yeah. Thanks, Nathan. Bye.